The shadows where the truth lies. Marv's on the case, with justice in her eyes. Unsolved mysteries, voices lost in time. She digs deeper, uncovering the crime. Beyond the evidence where justice matters. Marv's the voice for the voiceless, breaking all the patterns. Facts and theories, clues and controversy, join the journey, uncovering the mystery. Missing persons, unsolved murders, jury trials, the truth she uncovers. With every clue, the story unfolds. Marv's relentless, her passion bold. Beyond the evidence where justice matters. The voice for the voiceless, breaking all the patterns. Beyond the evidence where justice matters. Marv's the voice for the voiceless, breaking all the patterns. Facts and theories, clues and controversy, join the journey, uncovering the mystery. Search for truth, she won't back down. Marv's on the trail, justice will be found. Oh, this is beyond the evidence, where justice prevails. With Marv leading the way, truth never fails.
What's going on, YouTube?
Rewind, rewind. True Crime Rewind Podcast. Digging into the dark and mysterious world of the missing and murder. You seek the answers, but you never know what you'll find last. When you rewind, rewind. This is the True Crime Rewind Podcast. Rewind. True Crime Rewind Podcast. Oh. Rewind. True Crime Rewind Podcast.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Marv. How are you doing today?
I'm in a nice warm house. You're in the cold.
It's very, very cold out here. It's below freezing. It's snowing. It's snowing sideways. It's slushy snow. And if you take a look around here, like just look at all this stuff here. Like this is the sidewalk to the left side of the courthouse. Down this way is where people have their chairs sitting. If we come down here, we'll walk down here. So if you see, like, here's all everybody's chairs. And
Yikes.
about 24 people are here right now, and media just started pulling in. More people are starting to arrive in cars. I've been out here all night, and it's pretty much been just a few of us that have been sitting here. I know Aspen Connor's here. I've seen Lauren from Hidden True Crime. Frank Meister's here. Susan Hendricks is here. There's a lot of people that are here. They're going to open the doors up at 8 o'clock, and we can't go up there until 8.
Okay. So they're keeping you on the sidewalk again.
We're on the sidewalk. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Everybody here is on the sidewalk. But mostly the people are sitting in their cars because it's cold.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
It's really cold. Can you guys see the courthouse here? So they're in there already, and they came in about 5 o'clock, and they started turning on the lights and checking things out. And so I went up there and asked, how long are we allowed to be here? Can we go up there? He said 8 o'clock they'll open it up for us to go up there and in there. I asked how many people were going to be allowed to go in there, and he said right now he doesn't know, but he'll let me know when he gets the word from the higher up, which I'm assuming is Liggett or you want to go through here?
Hi, no,
hello.
I want to meet you.
You want to meet me? I'm live streaming right now. If you didn't know that, yeah. So I'm on camera.
I'm going
Okay.
this way.
Okay. What's your name?
Susie.
Nice to meet you. So I met someone. You follow my channel?
All the time.
Nice to meet you.
Since the very beginning.
Nice to meet you. So thank you. So awesome. It's so cool. It's very cold out here, isn't it? It's great to see you. I'm glad you came here.
Yeah.
Hey, so I'm live streaming right now. Go around. So I see Kathy and Jinx are here. So what's in your mind? What's going on? What do you think's going to happen today? Can you hear me?
I can. Okay,
what do you think's going to happen?
I think he's going to get sentenced to the max.
The maximum of 130?
Yep.
I think that there's going to be some key things that are going to happen here today. Today, I believe that the defense team is going to walk in here because Richard Allen did not participate in his pre-sentence investigation report, so he didn't say anything in that report. And what that indicates is that the defense team is trying to keep him remaining silent. That way, it doesn't ruin any chance for an appeal. We already know that he's made over the hundreds of confessions to over 61 different direct confessions. We heard 7 of those in court. What's going to happen is the defense team is going to say that those confessions were coerced, that Allen deserves a new trial, and they're going to file for an appeal today. It's already guaranteed that once this happens today, the defense team is going to file for an appeal and try to get Richard Allen a new trial.
Correct.
The judge is going to weigh the mitigating and aggravating. Do what?
I said I agree with you there. They've already started setting that up in the paperwork that was dropped yesterday.
Yeah, and there's going to be more today apparently. So they're saying that they're not going to participate much in today's hearing. It's going to be a lot of saying nothing at all in order to gain documentation that says that Richard Allen was mentally unstable and incapable of assisting in his own defense, and that the confessions were a coerced based on his treatment at maximum security prison versus a county jail, which ultimately Judge Benjamin Diener issued that order in 2022 on December 28th, without Richard Allen having any attorneys. But the aggravating factors in this are Richard Allen committed a sexually motivated crime.
Yep.
It's a violent crime, the brutality and the unwillingness to show compassion or remorse during the trial. And his mitigating factors are the fact that he's never committed a crime before or been arrested for a crime before.
Right. Right. Well, I think today is going to be all about the families. They're going to be able to say what they want in the courtroom, give their statements and the sentencing. There'll be a press conference afterwards.
There will be a press conference afterwards. The press conference, I do know that Becky Patty is going to be making an impact statement today. I really look forward to that. I think that she's a very outspoken woman, and I really respect her, and I can't wait to hear what she has to say. I've always wondered what they would say, and I've even seen that question posed to them: is what would you say when the time came? And they didn't have the answer at that time, and now they do, and I kind of hope to hear that.
Right. I agree. So, do you think it's going to last all day?
No, I don't think it's going to last all day. I think this hearing is probably going to be over with in about 30 minutes, if that. I think they're going to hear argument from both parties. The defense team will will make their arguments first as to why Richard Allen should receive the minimum penalty for each one of these charges, which would be 45 years on each, or versus the maximum. And their arguments are going to be that he's innocent, that somebody else committed the murders, and that they're hoping to present new information that could lead him to a new trial.
Okay. So I think it's going to last a little bit longer than that, because you're going to have, I know Becky's going to talk, but I don't know if anybody else is going to do an impact statement from the family wise.
You know what? I don't know. So from what I've seen so far, I have not seen any of Richard Allen's family, and I'm hearing that Richard Allen's family will not be showing up today. If that is the case, that'll open up the door for more seats in the courtroom. Not a problem.
Wow.
But I'm hearing that none of his family is coming today. If I don't know how true that is, I guess we'll wait and see.
Yeah, I don't see that happening, but that would shock me.
It would shock me a lot. And you know what? I forgot about that. The impact statement for Becky Patty should be something fierce.
Yeah.
So I got someone here with me.
Sorry, guys.
No, you can come on in. Come on in.
Hold on, I'm drinking my cigarette.
You guys see who that was? That's Frank Meister over there.
Hey, Frank Meister.
Wayne TV. There's Frank Meister. Yeah, he's there.
Good morning.
We got, who else is down here?
Hannah Shakespeare.
Hannah Shakespeare's here. For those of you who don't know her, she wrote Killer Women.
She's a
Screenwriter.
Hey, Frank Meister.
Man,
how
it's
you
cold
doing?
out here.
Oh, I can imagine.
Say it again.
Hey, Frank Meister, how you doing?
It's so yeah. So this is this is what I don't get. This is what I don't get. I don't see how they can just continue to say the guy's innocent. I mean, he was convicted. You know what I mean? Convicted.
Yeah.
I mean, the jury spoke. That's it. That's our justice system. There's no more. He was found guilty. There's no more innocence till proven guilty. It's over. You know, and I don't think that this appeal is going to go anywhere. Anywhere. People were asking about the death penalty and the death penalty in Indiana. They executed the first man in Indiana 2 days ago. In 15 years, the first man in 15 years they executed in Indiana. And he killed 4 people. So that's the kind of case where people are seeking like the death penalty on those cases, and they don't seek it too often here, apparently.
Wow.
It's simply not true, guys. I'm going to say it here. He wasn't held.
So what is everybody else's thoughts on in the chat? Like, what are people thinking about the sentences he's going to get? He gets a minimum of 45, a max of 130. Personally, I think that he's going to get about 115 to 117 years. And the reason I think that is because I think that it's because he's done it. This is his first offense.
So
It's
so far
over.
we're doing max mitigating circumstances. Can you go over those one more time?
The mitigating and aggravating circumstances.
Yeah.
So what a mitigating and aggravating circumstance is a situation that has to do with that individual personally. And a mitigating circumstance would be in favor of the defendant, would be good things about them. For example, he has family and community support. That would be a positive for him. He has maintained his innocence through his attorneys. That would be a positive. Now, those would be mitigating it. The fact that he's never committed a crime before or never been arrested for a crime shows that he's lived 50 years of his life without being arrested, meaning he doesn't participate in crimes. There's no known drug use or gang activity. So he's an upstanding person of the community, military. He has a job, employment. He maintained employment. Those are mitigating circumstances. Now, those are good things for him. The bad things for him are the fact that it's a sexually motivated offense, the fact that he did not take accountability and plead guilty to a crime in which he admitted to, the fact that it was a violent, brutal crime, and the fact that he showed no remorse and no emotion or sadness for the victims during the course of the trial. And that's ultimately going to be what lands him a higher sentence, but not the max, I don't think.
Not the max. Okay. I'm thinking because of the brutality of it and the way it went down that she is going to give him the max. He's waving to
I am
someone.
trying to get someone to come over. I can't hear you.
Where this is a moment that he can show remorse or talk.
Say it again.
Of this crime, or have people understand his history. To me, it's wild.
Who are you trying to wave over?
Just someone that was standing over here. I'm sitting here. Here, let's turn the camera this way. So I'm sitting here looking, and there's Lauren right here. You got the Murder Sheet podcast host Kevin and Anya is here. There's other people that we've seen here last time. I can't remember everybody's names, but there's the one lady that I interviewed in one of the video segments. I think that's actually what goes over the trial is the Delphi after conviction. That kind of what happened the last 20 days that we were out here. It's a lot like that, but a different feel this time, Marv. It's
Right.
There's not as many people. It's not as high profile. I mean, the street was packed last time on both sides. It's not that many people here. As you can see, this is it. So it's a lot smaller event, but there's a lot of people around the corner, and there's more people pouring in. So I'm really anxious about this.
Okay, so tell me about what are our plans. So after the sentencing is over, there's going to be a press conference. Are you going to that press conference so that we can live stream it?
Yeah. Yep, I'm going to go to the press conference. Yep. So I've already made my reservations with the Indiana State Police yesterday. So I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be there 30 minutes after hearing here, press conference. Indiana State Police are going to speak. The families of Libby are going to speak. And I think that the Sheriff's Department is going to speak. So it's going to be like a really good, informative event. And that's really what I'm looking forward to. Is I think that this is what we've been waiting for this time. That's it.
Okay, so we will be bringing you that press conference live on both channels here. Yes, Richard Allen's attorney told him not to participate in the pre-sentencing, so that basically
Yeah, the PSI, pre-sentence
he
investigation, which
hasn't spoken to anybody.
say it again.
He hasn't spoken to anybody.
What he has spoken to people
For the
he's not
pre-sentencing?
supposed to.
No. I
Oh,
mean
no,
for
no,
the
no, no, no.
pre-sentencing.
So the probation department does the pre-sentencing, and he declined to do it per his attorney's request. So that's huh? I see the line thing. Yeah, this line thing, dude. I'll tell everybody, this line thing shit is a joke.
I know.
That's just me. So
After today, you won't have to deal with it.
look, we got Delphi's finest. We're here today. How you doing, buddy?
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So, we have the police. They're here just like they were last time in every alley, everywhere, and news outlets everywhere. Good atmosphere, really. I mean, as far as like law enforcement and public vibe. So, what else?
Okay, so after
What time is it?
7:33 your time.
Huh?
7:33.
Okay. It's cold. Looking around to see who I can see here. Let's
Move away from that loud woman.
let's go over here. Is it cold? Anyway, you got questions? Anybody got questions? Hello.
The hearing starts at 9 a.m. Eastern time.
Yes. 9 o'clock. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna
So
start.
they're gonna start letting people in the courtroom or in the courthouse in about a half an hour. We still don't know how
In a
many
half an hour. Yeah, at 8 o'clock.
are going to get in.
We don't know that officially.
Right. Okay.
We're hoping.
Can you talk to the group here for a minute? You guys, if you didn't know that, I've been having back problems, muscle spasms, and everything, and I'm having a pretty bad one right now. So
You know,
I need to stand up here for a
you know
minute.
what? Play that Delphi. Do that. Just play the Delphi after conviction and let them watch what happened in trial, and that'll give us a few minutes, and that'll give me time to line up an interview.
Play which one?
Delphi after conviction. Yeah, that would lead us into, or no, the preview, the murder preview. I think it says it's all in one.
We were talking about you this morning.
What?
That'll give us a minute. I think it's murder on the Monon preview. It says on the thumbnail. It's got
Hold on 1 second.
it's got the conviction.
Okay. I'm going to play
All right.
this real quick for you guys. I have to stand up. My back is going nuts right now. So 1 second here.
You're good. I am just switching my camera around. So I can...
All right, I'm going to mute this for a minute.
All right, hold on. So. Okay.
All right. Hang on, I'm having some technical difficulties here, guys. 1 second.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is cold as hell out here. My gosh. It's cold. Holy shit, my fingers are cold. Here, hang on. While Marv's doing that, I'm gonna go ask someone a question here. So let me turn around here. I'm gonna ask you a question, man.
What's up, buddy?
So this is Teddy, everybody. Teddy, what do you think is gonna happen today for the bridge guy?
Throwing the book at him. I can't wait. I'm here for it.
Yeah? Justice for Abby and Libby.
Goddamn right.
Hell yeah. Man.
Full sentence. Bye.
Later, dude. Awesome. See? I mean, everybody seems to think he's correct today.
Okay, you want me to do preview murder on the Monon?
Yeah, that has the conviction in it. That'll show everybody what happened in trial and what led us here today.
Okay.
And we'll be back live in Delphi, everybody.
Right back, everybody.
Who is this man? And is he a killer?
I become the most hated person in America. Literally.
Was it because you just, did something?
Those are the questions that haunt.
Ultimately, he took a town that had horses and buggies and turned it into chaotic mess.
The tiny town of Delphi, Indiana for years.
Shock value, they would basically convict these people via the internet.
A grainy image that detectives hoped would solve the brutal murders of 13-year-old Abigail Williams and 14-year-old Liberty German. An image captured by one of the victims. And these 3 words, heard on a video captured on Liberty's phone before her death. Listen again. The recording was released early on by police in their search for answers.
When the transcripts came out and it showed that Libby was talking to somebody on social media, it was hard to face that reality.
The case has been shrouded in secrecy from the beginning. The investigators have kept quiet. They've shared very little information with the public. And the judge overseeing this case isn't allowing the public to watch it on television or on the internet.
When I seen the picture of the bridge guy, I knew for certain that it was Ron Logan.
Bridge Guy and Ron Logan are not the same person. You can look at that and tell that a 77-year-old man with white hair and a white mustache is not the man standing on that bridge.
He's a girl, right? Yeah, I like the bitch butt.
So someone may come along and just actually shoot him just to get rid of the problem. He wrote us back more than once. He started calling us and telling us his side of the story.
No, this isn't the right guy.
You could possibly be Bridge Guy.
Presence of mind to make sure she's activating the radio system on this phone in order to capture that voice.
There's this notion that this is cold. It's not cold. This is not going to be cold. If you're watching this and you're responsible, today may be your day. It might be tomorrow, but I can guarantee you your day's coming.
Not enough was being done to find the killer.
People continued to turn in their exes, their neighbors, the guy down the street, and it seemed like there was a real momentum that they had the green light to turn in anyone and everyone.
In a case like this, you hear all these names, and then suddenly a name comes up that nobody's ever heard before. I don't think anybody expected that.
I believe in a God of justice and righteousness. Today, I believe that same God has provided us with justice for Abby and Libby. I am proud to report to you the arrest of Richard M. Allen of Delphi on 2 counts of murder.
When Richard Allen was arrested, the freaks and everybody that watched my channel were just so excited, so happy for the family to finally get some answers.
When I heard the news of Richard Allen, I said,
Please, Lord, give these girls justice and give these families peace and let this community heal.
When Alan was arrested, I was absolutely shocked. Everybody was still very invested in the Keegan Kline thing online. Nobody had ever heard of Richard Allen at that point.
Neighbors told us Richard Allen grew up here in the small town of Mexico, just about 30 miles from Delphi.
He was a normal, everyday family. There was nothing out of the ordinary about it.
If you were to ask someone what their perception of Rick Allen was prior to the arrest, the answers would be funny sometimes, very helpful, quite unremarkable as a suspect.
We encourage everybody to continue to call in tips, not only about Richard Allen, but about any other person that you may have.
I guess now our purpose is to remind the public that the police are still asking for tips.
We cannot talk about the evidence that's in the probable.
Liberty and Abigail were hiking along this trail about halfway between Chicago and Indianapolis. It runs along Deer Creek, leading to an old railroad bridge.
I'm her bestie, Aunt Ann.
The 8th grade best friends were dropped off for their hike, and this photo Liberty took of Abigail on the Monon High Bridge is the last image of her alive, just before police say they ran into the man in the grainy photo. But did he kill them?
At the very least, the evidence indicates that the person in the photograph has participated, but we don't know if there were more people.
The answers wouldn't come for over 5 years. Then, in front of dozens of cameras and with the victims' families watching,
today is not a day to celebrate.
The announcement everyone was waiting for.
But the arrest of Richard M. Allen of Delphi on 2 counts of murder is sure a major step in leading to the conclusion of this long-term and complex investigation.
Guys, downhill.
Timothy Juvenile Class D at the High Bridge in Delphi, Indiana.
And 14-year-old Libby German.
Hiring this for custodial
Somebody out there knows who this person is, and you want to know what we know. Today, you will.
I'm from the small town of Delphi, Indiana. A population of less than 3,000. And one of us is a killer.
Accusations fly. Mainstream media lies. Social media drama. In a courtroom full of chaos. This is a case of twists and turns, leaks and lies. Right now, we delve into a heart-wrenching fight for the truth. This is a True Crime Investigates exclusive, a behind-the-scenes look into the Delphi Murders investigation. For 8 years, a local YouTuber has dedicated his entire life to one thing, to find justice for Abby and Libby. This is Murder on the Monon.
So when I look at the photograph of the bridge guy, it's hard to tell anything about this. You look at the guy and it's so pixelated, so blurry. Anytime you try to zoom in, it just gets worse. So you're creating pixels and pareidolia by looking at these photographs that are already pixelated, and zooming in more, you start to see different things.
From the time Anthony Greeno investigates the unsolved as we go inside a true crime. Oh, inside a true crime. Oh, inside.
In the quiet town of Delphi, Indiana, the trial for the tragic murders of Abby Williams and Libby German reached a pivotal moment. After years of speculation, rumor, and emotional turmoil, the community was poised for closure. After 20 days of witness testimony, forensic and digital evidence, expert opinions, and long nights in the elements, such as rain, wind, and cold weather, a family, desperately awaiting answers, is awaiting the judgment. The jurors have begun deliberating the fate of Richard Allen. Today, we break it down. On Friday, the jury began their deliberations, working diligently until 4 p.m. before retreating to their hotel. The sense of anticipation was palpable as the town held its collective breath.
As a local, what do you mean with frenzy? And this is a town of 3,000 people.
It's overwhelming. But it's good to see people coming here to support members of the community.
I mean, growing up, it was a small town. You could run around, ride bikes, go to the park, play basketball. And when it happened, it was kind of like a ghost town. It did. It changed the town. It changed the people. It's something that never happened here. And it happened, and it makes you wonder. It's a scary thought, but that's.
I think Richard Allen is not the guy.
Well, you have the people that believe he's guilty, and then you have people who think he's innocent. Hopefully, when the verdict is announced, whatever it is, both sides can just agree to accept it.
Saturday saw the jury reconvene at 10 a.m., diving back into the complexity of the case. Outside the courthouse, the scene was a microcosm of conflicting emotions. Supporters of the defendant and those seeking justice for the two girls shared the same space, united by the need for a resolution. Sunday was a day of rest jury, but the community was anything but quiet.
Everybody lost hope there for a while because it's took almost 8 years to get to where we're at today.
Do we have any integrity in Carroll County? And I recognize you, Greeno.
Conversations about the trial buzzed throughout Delphi, drawing people together from all corners of the globe. The waiting continued, and the hopes of many rested on the outcome of the deliberations. By Monday, November 11th, 2024, after a grueling 18 hours of discussion, the jury announced that a verdict had been reached. As word spread, tensions mounted. Supporters of the defendant, advocates for justice, felt the strain of their long wait. The town braced for the impact of the decision. The verdict. Richard Allen was found guilty on all 4 counts of murder. He faced a minimum of 45 years for each count, with a potential maximum sentence of 130 years in prison. The announcement reverberated through the community, a mixture of relief and sorrow. After 8 years of grief, Delphi could finally begin to heal. As the people of Delphi processed the news, they knew that the fight for justice wasn't over. True crime enthusiasts, advocates, and those seeking truth would continue their journey. The documentary series, Murder on the Monon, would be completed, and the pursuit of answers for other unsolved crimes would carry on. In the end, Delphi found a semblance of closure, and the community, once divided, could unite in the pursuit of justice and truth for all victims of crime. The story of Abby and Libby would remain a testament to their resilience and the unyielding quest for justice. And so, the narrative shifts forward, ever seeking the light in the darkness, ready to uncover the truths hidden in the shadows. Coming up today, Anthony Greeno is finally speaking out. After remaining silent for days, joining him is Casey Conwell to give his insights on the dramatic case that sent shockwaves throughout the world. Tonight, this is an open panel case discussion. Whether you're rooting for a convicted killer or relieved that the nightmare is over, one thing is for sure. For the families of Abby and Libby, the community of Delphi, and all of us here in the true crime community can finally take a breathe after almost 8 long years and say, today is the day. So hold on to your ass's social media as we encourage you to call in, voice your opinion, debate respectfully, and remember that the truth is out there, somewhere, in a tale of good versus evil. Every saint has a past, and every sinner has a future. This is the Delphi Murders. It all went down the hill for the bridge guy. This is true crime investigation, unsolved.
Eyes gone hollow, reflection fading. Echoes of the past haunt every step. World turns cold, left here waiting. Feeling like there's nothing left. I am broken down and lost for hills to breathe. So vacant, deep, can't find relief. But with conviction, their souls are now set free. Rising from the pen, break these chains of grief.
Potential case, 2 missing juveniles. Abigail Joyce Williams.
Getting scared now. It's getting cold.
Liberty Rose Lynn German.
Missing, abducted, we don't know for sure.
Last seen at the High Bridge in Delphi, Indiana.
Delphi is just not one of those places where any of us ever thought that something like this would happen.
Despite that video, despite that audio, nothing happens, seemingly, for 6 years.
The judge did find probable cause for arrest of Richard Allen. He's been charged with 2 counts of murder. The murder of Abigail Williams and Liberty German.
Richard Allen, you child murderer! Why did you do it?
No, they got the wrong guy. There's no way.
There are other people who were looked at for this.
Shame on you!
It's some sort of a religious sect/cult
Shame on you, Richard!
that follow Odinism.
Shame on you, Richard Allen!
I believe they sacrificed a girl and killed another one.
And law enforcement insists no one's ever been cleared.
Baldwin, can you provide any comment?
Journalism. It's time for you guys to start being journalists.
I am broken down and lost for hills to breathe. But with conviction, their souls are now set free. Rising from the past, break these chains of a grave.
All right, everybody, we are back. Just going to touch base with Anthony here real quick because they should be going inside here shortly. Anthony, are you there? He's probably warming up a little bit. So they're going to be going inside the courthouse here shortly. Oh, there
Hi.
we are. Hi.
Anthony is in line right now. So
He's in line right now?
he is, yes.
Okay, perfect.
There is he is probably already inside. I see that this line has been up here for a few minutes, so
Okay, awesome. So we're going
so I
to-
have orders to wait for him to come out.
Okay. Have him text me as soon as he comes out, and then we will I'll put up another live stream here for the press conference.
Perfect.
And we'll see what happens from there.
All right, that sounds great.
All right, thank you.
Yep, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay. So as you can see, they're all waiting in line to get in. I have a feeling this is going to be a couple hours. You know, impact statements from the family. We know that Becky is going to do a statement. We don't know if anybody else is going to at this time. But you're going to have the lawyers speak and any family members that want to speak also. So once the sentencing is done, Anthony will get a hold of me. He will be shooting over to where the press conference is going to be, and we will be televising that live here on both channels. Let's see what everybody is saying here. So if you missed it, we do anticipate that as soon as this is over, that the defense team will be filing an appeal in this case, and it'll go to the higher courts to determine what is going to happen. Donna, we're not sure. Pretty much everything is out there now. So I would assume that the gag order is going to be released today, especially since the families plan on speaking at the press conference. Yeah, we're going to have to wait and see. Yeah, as far as I know, it has to be lifted after sentencing also. Let's see here. One hour yet. Yes, it starts in 1 hour. They have let people have started going in the courthouse. So that is good to know. Anthony is in line there. And no, I think there's going to be a lot of information released today. After today, the jurors can speak. The family can speak. Law enforcement can speak. We know that a lot of people in law enforcement and everything will be there to speak out at this press conference. We know family members are going to speak out. I'm assuming they're going to have some ISP even individuals that are going to speak out. So, yes, prayers for the families today, absolutely. You know, this is going to be another hard day on them. Emotionally, physically, this all takes a toll on you, and I'm proof of that. Ever since getting back from Delphi, I've had issues with my back and my hips, and I'm going through muscle spasms right now as I'm on the live with you here. So definitely takes a toll on you. So yes, the presser is at the Canal Center, which is only a few blocks from the courthouse. So we will definitely be heavily redacted stuff. Right. Why couldn't he just have let them both turn and walk away? Yeah, I agree. I agree. Thank you, Lynette. You know, just as we're waiting for this sentencing to be over, you know, just keep your thoughts on the girls. That's why we're here. It's absolutely why we're here. Justice for Abby and Libby. And let me see here. just taking a look here as to what I have. All right. Hang on a minute. I am having some computer issues. I lost my screen. So I am trying to find it. There we go. We're back. Sorry about that. Let's see here. I was so hoping the judge would release the video after this was all done, but the defense, for all their talk, has made it such. Yes. Thank you so much, Purple Haze. I am getting better. It's just a slow process. Sending the family lots of healing and guiding light today. Absolutely. Yeah. It's up to her. You know, she can give her thoughts on the case when she gives his sentencing. Some of them do. Some of them just go ahead and make the sentence, and that's it. You know, it all depends on what she chooses to do. We'll have to wait and see. Anthony thought this was going to last about a half an hour, but I don't think so. I think this is going to be a little bit longer. I did get an alert that I'm not sure the defense filed something else. I'll have to get on Doc's Pop here in a little bit and get that information. Oh, here we go. Dana, motion was just filed to keep some of the documents sealed. Not surprised by that. I'm not surprised at all. Can you tell me, Dana, was that per the defense or per the prosecution? By the prosecution. Kind of thought so. So that means we are not going to see the actual Bridge Guy video in the public anytime soon. They are going to seal all kinds of stuff until the Supreme Court or the upper courts make a decision on the appeal. They'll try and seal everything under the guise of other killers. Yeah. Well, it's not the defense that's asking for things to be sealed. It's the prosecution. They don't want certain things released, like the Bridge Guy video. I'm sure other information, because they don't want it to hurt the appeals case. We'll have to find out what exactly they're asking to be sealed. Oh, just the autopsy, crime scene, and RE mental health records. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, I agree with that information. The crime scene photos and that should not be released to the public. I agree, 100%. Richard Allen's mental health records, that's protected by HIPAA and all that. So that should not be released either. The autopsy, probably because there's also photos included in the autopsy. But maybe everything else will get unsealed now and we'll get to see these things like the bridge guy video. So yeah, I'm curious to know, like Anthony said, he knows that Becky Patty's going to make a statement. I don't know if she's going to make a statement on behalf of the whole family or if Anna Williams is going to make a statement. Carrie Timmons. You know, there's a lot of people that could actually make statements today, impact statements. So you guys have to remember that when it comes to an appeal, just because the defense says that these things are appealable, what the upper courts are going to look at is, did it have an outcome on the trial? Okay. Now, I've done lives in the past and I explained why the third party defense was not allowed. And it's because it was all speculative in nature and there was no proof that the individuals that they were naming were at the crime scene on the day that this happened. Now, the Supreme Court is going to look at all of that. They're going to look at the law, if the judge followed the law and what she was supposed to do in that courtroom. They're going to look at if she didn't follow something correctly, would it have had an outcome on the trial? If the answer is no, they're not going to allow the appeal. They're going to deny it. If the answer is yes, then we could have a retrial. Let's see. Yep, we got about 2 inches of snow last night, too. We definitely learned a lot of things about Richard Allen at that trial. Yes, those photos better not ever be released. Hi, Brett. How are you doing? Hello, Necessary. I don't know if they're going to read their statements, but we're definitely going to hear from them today because there is a press conference approximately 30 minutes after the sentencing is completed. And We'll definitely hear from the family, from the police, and others that were involved in this case. The judge didn't take away the defense theory. The defense didn't prove their theory. They had all of the opportunities to bring in people to testify, to prove that these individuals or this onistic theory was real. And in the end, they only brought in Pearl Nutter. Where was the other evidence showing that these individuals were at the crime scene that day when this happened? They have to have proof, you guys. They can't just bring in a theory. And that's what she kept saying. You have to have a nexus. You can't just speculate and state that this was an onistic ritual. You have to have proof. Yeah, maybe. Good morning. Great narrative. No, I don't know if it would have an effect, but I do know that the law says you have to have proof. You cannot just bring in a speculative theory and throw it against the jurors and see if it'll stick. Oh, let's see here. Tell me how they would know that not using the third-party defense wouldn't affect the outcome. We don't know if it would affect the outcome. But once again, where's their nexus? Where's their proof? Have been following this case since day one. This feels like our last family reunion. Tornado Dorothy, it definitely will not be our last family reunion. There are many more cases that we need to talk about. There's so many different ones that I wanted to do. Hopefully, my back here will finally heal up so that I can get back on YouTube full time. And cover these cases. Let's see here. No, he will be in court today. Hey, Miss Bojangles. All right, everyone. I have got to get up out of this chair and walk around and put some heat on my back. Be prepared because we could be going live at any moment. As soon as the sentencing is done, we will go live again. Anthony and I will be with the outcome of the sentencing and the press conference, as Anthony's going to stream it live from the location. So, Yep. So I'm going to go and do what I need to do, and then we will be back as soon as possible. Once this sentencing is over, like I said, we'll give you updates as to what happened during the sentencing, and we will bring the press conference to you live. So, with that being said, thank you for joining us this morning, and we'll see you soon. Bye.